What up YouTube, Asian Persuasion here, and I'm here with a top 8 deck profile from the Tulsa, Oklahoma Regionals from this weekend. And I got this awesome mat. It's Colossus? Titan thing? I don't know what it's called. Colossus. That's a new Thunder card, right? And we were playing a spicy deck. Pretty much everyone at the Regionals was throwing my deck around, so everyone knew what they were playing against whenever they sat down in front of me. I played Noble Knights. But that Noble Knight deck is it's thick. It's 50 cards. That's a 50 card Noble Knight deck that I played. So I guess without further ado, it was 8 rounds. It was like 180 players, no?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and I went what 6-1-1.
6-1-1?
No wait. Yeah.
Yeah, you had to draw
6-1-1. Yeah, I lost once and I drew once. I lost the last round, but that's okay. I lost the die roll, so it happens. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get to the deck profile. We're playing this card. I know it's platinum before anybody talks shit. It's German, damn it, and I had these before the secrets came out, okay? And I have 3 secrets now, but I'm just like, I want them foreign. Because these, I don't know, they still look kind of okay. Even though it's platinum. Sorry. Yeah, I'm playing platinum, but this is basically Lone Fire Blossom for any Noble Knight, so you can get like a level 5 if you really want to. It pops up once in a while, but and its other effects, a quick effect from the grave, which everyone always forgets. I tell them that, I'm like, there's a quick effect to fast succeeds, fast synchro summon with materials on the board I can use. So if they meet the requirements, I have 2 level 4s, I can banish it from the grave the turn, and then exceed summon. So people don't know that, but that's how you OTK. Merlin OTKs, but you're restricted to Noble Knight summons that turn. So that's why we're playing Pier, because we're playing Merlin. We're just trying to have consistency, always having the combos. And having the combos always involve the good old guy that sucks in the middle and late game, but he's amazing in the beginning, because that's how you start spamming the board. Madrat. Everyone forgets he's a vanilla without an equip. I say this every time. Every Sky Striker guy tried to Widow Anchor this when I normal summoned him. I'm like, no. You got to target your Kagari because that's a legal target. But like, this card is amazing. It's basically Summoner Monk when you have an equip card to it. It turns into a dark. And it turns into a level 5 when he has an equip, and that's where people get confused. You have to have an equip, so he's a level 5 and a dark, and then that's when he has a Summoner Monk effect. And his Summoner Monk effect pops a Noble Arms card in the that's equipped, or it doesn't have to be equipped to him. Just pop a Noble Arms card, and then it can usually bring it back. Sometimes you break and draw Excalibur, but that's okay. It still makes a Soul Day, which is all you're trying to do. A Soul Day, make big monsters, win. So that card's amazing. Still have to play 3 of it. It's just, even though sometimes it's dead, you need to always have it in your deck. I always have to start off with that card. The next new card, basically this card is just insanely still insane. Power Tool Dragon. That's all you have to say about this card. And it doesn't say like something special about this card. I'll tell you about that when I get to the card. But this card, I'll tell you something about at the end. It power tools 3 Noble Arm cards. It doesn't say it has to be different names. That's the best part. So, board is still amazing. Also, a vanilla without an equip. Level 5 gain. It's amazing. You need to have that card. He's a good starter card. Send your Guinevere, your queen, too. So, you always try to get your queen off of board so you can get it out of your deck. Extender. New guy. Custonin. So, you special summon him when you have a Noble Arms card equipped to a Noble Knight. And you can only summon it once that way. And if you link summon, exceed summon, or synchro summon with this guy, you get an extra normal summon of a Noble Knight that turn. And you can only summon Noble Knights, but that doesn't matter because you're making a Soul Day, rank 4 guy, or rank 5 guy, whatever you're doing. You can rank 5 guy is actually not as easy to make in this build. You're usually gonna make Custon, the Sacred King, or the Artorias. But this guy's what you're trying to draw with your combos. This is how you make your big rank 4 guy after with the Soul Day. Because your Soul Day only summons 1 monster, so this is your guy you're trying to rip into. So you're playing 3 of that. You need that. Once again, we're playing Brothers times 3, and we're playing mismatched rarities because I never thought I still needed more than 1. So I made sure they're all different rarities: English, French, and ultra rare mega pack because I'm a pleb. But it's basically a marauding captain that summons up to 2 Noble Knights. It doesn't matter what level it is. So this with like bricks in your hand, like other monsters, turns into a Soul Day and big monster with equips, and it's a Daigusto Emerald. So 3 Noble Arms or 3 Noble cards, you throw it back to the deck and you draw a card. So this guy is not once per turn anywhere. Like, you just keep summoning this dude and keep recycling everything back and keep using a Soul Day, keep using a Soul Day, keep using a Soul Day. You keep throwing 4 cards with a Soul Day, it starts piling a lot of cards in your grave and thinning out your deck. Which is why I played 50 cards. This deck plays a lot of 3-of, so I felt like breaking too many of the other cards, it's kind of awkward. So this card, you didn't play this in the builds before, but with basically the new Noble Knight support from, what is it, Soul Fusion? I don't know what this set's called. Soul Fusion. This card is actually just insane. 1800 attack, popper. It pops when it gets an equip card, a face-up card. Pops a face-up card when a equip card equips to it. And then your opponent can't attack or target monsters with 1800 or less attack on your side of the field. So a Soul Day has only 16 attacks, so that's perfect. So they can't like impermanence it. They have to impermanence this. It's really funny when people don't notice that. And I'm just like, you permanence this. Soul Day's still going through. And this guy's really good at summoning off the new support from this Soul Fusion as well, which I'll get to in a second. Play 2 of this because of Marauding Captain Lock. So if you have 2 of these, it's a Marauding Captain Lock, they can't attack. Old school Yu-Gi-Oh! But you only play 2 of that. That's all you need. Another 1 extender, just game 1. You only have 6 targets. You only have 3 Madrat and 3 Boars. Those are your only vanilla, so I cut this down to 1 because I didn't want to play too much of the other stuff. So just 1 was fine. I never needed more. I like customing better. Just 1 of that. 1 of the new card. This is the, what, Ivan? I don't know how to say that. The guy with the lion. He's a 1 card of Soul Day, or 2 card Soul Day with an equip. So he summons a token, so the token's warrior, and it boosts all your Noble Knights. This is how you OTK them. Like you summoned it off the new support off of the Soul Fusion set. Summon that guy, have 500 boost on everything. Your whole board's huge. They definitely die. Like it's over like 12,000 damage half the time. So it's like they can't do anything. This card's, I like it in 1. I haven't felt like I needed more than 1. Maybe it'll change, but you can't make links, or you can only make links with the token. You can't like Xyz summon, so you can't overlay the token, so it's really awkward. So I only liked 1 so far. That's all I've ever needed. And also 1 of the Dragon Ruler, which is still like the best card to search off of a Soul Day, because you gotta have follow-up turns to make your next Soul Day, they out your Soul Day, and this helps you make Artorias King a lot easier. And the other effect no one ever remembers, if you can't like Psalm Strike the Xyz summon with this guy under it. That never popped up, but one day it will. I don't know, someday. Monster, the Queen Gwennefer, something like that. Equip to a light monster, can't die by card effect once. And if it's a dark monster, which is basically the Madrat and Boars, it turns into a Cataster, or this can be a Cataster. Pretty good. You only need 1 though. If it gets Shark Cannon like mine did all the time, you just play still. Alright, so new support from Soul Fusion. Morgan, this is like an Inferno Barrier. But you have to have a Noble Knight equipped with the Noble Arms. So it's really situational because you can only really use it when you go first. If you draw this going second, you just have a card that's dead because you know you can't do anything with it. But basically it just says when they have the Noble Knight monster and the Noble Arms, you discard this card and then negate that activation, and then this destroys an equipped card on your side of the field. And usually you pop 1 that re-equips, so that doesn't ever matter. So this card's actually just really good. And they negated a couple good cards like Desires and like Ray Effect. Like, it was pretty good. Pretty good, I'd say. But you don't need more than 2. I felt like 3 just be overkill, honestly. You just don't need that many. To the real hand traps that you can always play. 3 Ash Blossom, still probably the best card against Rogue in my opinion. It's just, this card, what deck doesn't search? You're gonna hit that deck. You're gonna make them cry. This is pretty good against Thunder Dragon, I think. You hit that dark one, that special one deck. I don't know. I'm still learning how to play against that deck. But apparently if you hit that, sometimes it slows them down enough. Once again, it's a regional, so this is like the regional rogue killer. This is just a good 1-for-1 on anything. Destroys stuff, makes it awkward for your opponents to play through. Ghost Ogre just overall generically good. I wouldn't say it's good right now versus like Thunder at all, but like this is good against everything else. So yeah, you gotta play 3 of that still. And I went back old school and went to these because also the new Soul Fusion set makes me have to play this because you need to excavate cards that give you hand traps, and this is a new hand trap. Well, it's not a new hand trap, but it's a good hand trap. It still gets called by the grave every time. I think I only resolved that once, but this also helps you make the guy in the extra deck that everyone forgot about, the Synchro. If you have this in level 4 monster, that makes Lancelin. So it's actually pretty good. Not too bad. That's a lot of hand traps. So yeah. Alright, Soul Fusion support. One of the best cards that Noble Knights got in this set was definitely Heritage of the Chalice. This card is literally Rhoda for any Noble Knight monster or Noble Arm card from your hand or from your deck or your grave. So literally you can just like have it in either pile. It doesn't matter. You can send it accidentally, like crap, I messed up. You can grab it from the grave. It doesn't matter. And then the effect that everyone just doesn't really realize whenever you're trying to break my board. If I have a Noble Knight equipped with a Noble Arm card, you destroy it by battle, or I'm pretty sure just by battle. Battle or card effect, one of the two. If it's destroyed battle and sent to the graveyard, yeah, by battle, not card effect. But by battle, you get to add this card back from your graveyard to your hand. So you can only use that once per turn, but like this gives you back one of your extenders the next turn, and it's just really good, reliable Rhoda. It's better than Rhoda. It's actually just insane in this deck, which is why I play 50 cards. I cut down on this to Glory. It's my only problem with this card. It still says it's a hard once per turn. The only thing I like about it is that it's quick play and it searches the equip that you like. But like 3 seemed overkill, so I cut it to 2, and it seemed pretty fine. It's still a Noble Knight card to throw back with Brothers because it's a Noble Knight card, so you can keep recycling back. So you don't need more than 2. Hard once per turns are hard life. All right, so we're getting to the equips. 2 Destiny, can't destroy by battle or card effect once, and this one re-equips. It's one of the re-equippers. One of the best ones still. MVP, when people don't know what your deck does and they're trying to figure out what your whole deck does, and then next thing you know you're just gaining 5 like constantly the whole game. Next thing you know, like what's your life? You're like 10,000 something. It's once per turn, gain 500. Basically, if you open this with a Madrat, you gain 1,500 on your combo because you Madrat. You activate it on Madrat, gain 500. Activate Madrat, summon something. This gets popped. You re-equip it to the new guy, which is probably Boars. Gain 5 again, and then you make the link Exceed summon, and then you can pick this back up from the grave and use it again to gain 500 again. So 1,500 in one turn, not too bad. It's like the best. I feel it's like the best one because people don't know what that does. Gain 1,000, lose 200 every of your standby phases, but it re-equips as well. Same thing with this. This re-equips and it's pops set cards. Set cards as in like if they set a monster, you can still pop it. It doesn't say just back row. It just says a set card, and a monster loses 500 permanent attack, but that doesn't ever matter. You play this because of the name, because of a Soul Day. You're trying to throw different names, which is why you're playing this, because I need the name. It never came up where I attacked somebody, really, honestly. I mean, I hit somebody, but like it didn't matter. They were dying anyway eventually. This is the only one that doesn't re-equip. It just says your opponent can't target your monster. And then you can banish from the grave except for the turn of center to target and Exceeds and rank it up into a different one with a different name. But it didn't matter if it's a rank higher or whatever. It just has to be a different name. Really good card. 2 is all you need. Reinforcement, whole deck searcher, of course. God card, Reborn. You gotta love extenders. God card, Soul Charge. You gotta play it. This card, you can make some wonky boards with this. Really wonky boards. And then probably the best card in the Noble Knights support from the Soul Fusion set. This card, until Noble Arms are needed again. So pretty much this card's a power duality for how many Noble Arms you control on your field. So basically if you draw the right combo, you have 4 face up. So this will excavate 4 off the top. And then you grab one to your hand, which is what you're trying to hit, one of these hand traps. And then basically the turn that this isn't sent there, this can banish itself to special summon a Noble Knight that's not in your graveyard or on the field. That's but like you can mask that by like overlaying your 2 level 4 monsters into like an Artorias, and then like your monsters are hidden. So like this wouldn't know that they're there. You can still summon the guys that are under your Exceeds materials. A lot of people didn't realize I was doing that at the time. They're like, wait, you have that? I'm like, no, it's under my dude. You can't stop that. So basically the cool card with this Boars, you can select all 3 of these. And you just get one, and you send these to the grave. So now look, your Boars gave you this to your hand so you can excavate, and then these give you 2 monster summons on your opponent, one on your opponent's turn and one on your next turn. So like that just puts a lot of pressure on your opponent to deal with your board, and most of the time they can't. So I just want to know why this thing hollow. It's common. This card is literally insane. Probably the best card for Noble Knights right now. It's probably my favorite card until Noble Arms are needed once again. So that rounds out the deck to 50 in the main. But yeah, make sure you play 3 of this. This card's insane. It is unfair. Unfair for sure. We're gonna go to extra deck first. The heart and soul of the deck. We're playing 2 of Soul Day. You already know what that does because of Gookie. But like in this deck, it's actually what it's meant for. You send 4 actual Noble Arm equips and summon big dudes and start recycling over and over again. It's more fair in this deck, I'd say. It's what this archetype's for. So Soul Day's really good. Just play 2 because of Brothers. Brothers recycles these. So I made Soul Day 4 times in one duel. That was a really crazy game. I don't know how I made it 4 times, but he kept stopping me. There's the Effect Veiler Normal Summon for level 4. That's how you make this dude. This out in a Spectre border for me today, which is pretty crazy. I don't know. I just set a board or set a Brothers that has 24 defense, and then I normal summoned the Veiler next turn and attacked over the border with this. So that was pretty interesting. Just need 1. You don't need to do any more than that. Probably the best card against Thunder. This card literally just outs the Thunderboard because he's a giant Trunade. So you detach materials off him. So you usually have 2. Detach 2, you can target the 2 fusions. It doesn't destroy, it just bounces them out of the way, and then you can just kill them. And then if this gets killed, you special summon 1 from your extra deck, which is either Artorigus, this guy. He's the Heavy Storm that doesn't target, picks up 3 swords. This guy literally defeats all rogue every time. Or the other card you got to normal special summon off of the custom is the Sacred King, which is detach 1 monster, or attach a card and pop any 1 monster your opponent controls. And if this gets sent to the graveyard, you special summon a Noble Knight from your graveyard or your hand. So he's good with recursion. This is the guy that gets like 4K. He's huge. And this is pretty much filler cards. Like these are only cards you're gonna go into almost every time. It's kind of like Ultra Guys where you only go to Link, Karibo, and Hextia. Pretty much you only need this. If you want to play like Cherries targets, you can. But I play really situational cards like this. Because like there's times where you're not constricted to Noble Knight summons off of like Brothers or Merlin. This card's like really good in time and like it's just really awkward to out. So this is really good. And we got the old school Exciton Knight back. People forget this is a card. This is evenly matched on legs. So if you don't look out for this card, you can actually just get blown out by this card as well. I don't care that it's taking up my C spot or my Link spot. If I'm taking out all your cards, I'm doing fine. And we're playing Borlo Dragon. Big shout out to Zach for letting me borrow that because I don't own that card apparently anymore. Never made it, but it's there. And same thing with Topologic. Shout out to my boy Danny for letting me borrow that. I forgot to get that back to him. But this can be made. It's really awkward, but like there's times where this will actually come in to work and then start discarding crappy cards out of your hand and then start hitting their hand. I made it once, but I drew really nutty that game. I had Soul Charge, so yeah, Soul Charge nutty boards. Yeah. All right, so side deck, brand new card. Probably really meta defining card, honestly, in my opinion. This is the first time that you guys get to see this card, but it's like it's a Cyber Dragon, but a Cyber Dragon that doesn't have to have. You can have monsters on your side of the board, but if they still have more, you can special summon them still. So it's not like a Cyber Dragon for real, but it's a 26 Exile Force MST card, so you can hit monsters, back row, just do whatever you want with it. It's literally 2600 beater. It's crazy. I don't know. I didn't draw it like a lot. I was winning when I drew this, when I finally had a chance and finally drew it. I was already winning, but I'm sure it would have been great if he lived somehow. But that card's really good. Versatile. Triple Twin Twister, Ultra Guys, every back row dot deck. Honestly, Sky Strikers. This is really good against Sky Strikers. Just hitting all their stuff. It's really good. We got Forbidden Lance. Once again, any back row deck I side this in against. This is basically game whenever you're making your Artorigus and then they like try to stop you with a trap card and try to like pop it or interrupt it. You can just chain this, make it unaffected. Your swords are still gonna attach it to it, and you still activate the effect of Heavy Storm their whole board pretty much, and it's unaffected that whole turn. So that card's really amazing. This is apparently a really good card against Thunder. I never drew it, but I know it's really good against them. You should probably side this for Thunder. But my deck inherently has an out to it, which is the Sacred King, this dude. So I actually didn't need this card as much as I thought I did, but this card's way better. I'm always going to go into a rank 4 every time, so this guy, it's alright, but I'd still side it. I wouldn't change it. Red Reboot. Once again, you combo this in my deck. I don't OTK you all the time, but if I don't OTK you, I'm just gonna Archtorgus all your cards you got back, especially the card you got for free. Yeah, this card is self-explanatory. It's gonna just blow you out every time. And the other card, Evenly Match. So pretty much this card came in for Ultra Guys. Even Sky Striker I sided this against. Anything that just put big boards on the board. I tried this against Thunder, but it didn't do that much. My teammate played too well. I didn't know what the hell was happening. I'm learning that deck. I don't know what to do against it yet, but played 2 Thunders and I beat them, so not too bad. So shoutouts, I got 5th place at this regionals, so going 6-1-1. I got shoutouts to Team Ding Deals, Gem Playmats, and Dex Protection. Shout out to my boy Hector too. You already know the plug right there. Goat, the goat. He's the goat god. He's the goat god. We got Sloppy Toppy recording for me in the background. I appreciate that. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. Shout out to all the people cheering for me and saying that my deck was out there, because everyone that was sitting in front of me every damn round knew I was playing Noble Knights because the hype was too real, and I got top 8. So yeah, appreciate it, you guys, and that's about it. We're signing out. Peace.